Welcome to our daily devotional series, The Daily Herald. I pray that these messages will come to you as an encouragement and a reminder to be heralds of the Lord daily. God bless you.
Dearest Beloved, November 25. He who touches you touches the apple of his eye. Zechariah 2:8.
Only the sense of God's presence can banish the fear that for the timid child would make life a burden. Let him fix in his memory the promise, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." Psalm 34:7. Let him read that wonderful story of Elisha in the mountain city, and between him and the hosts of armed foemen, a mighty encircling band of heavenly angels. Let him read how to Peter in prison and condemned to death, God's angel appeared. How past the armed guards, the massive doors, and the great iron gateway, with their bolts and bars, the angel led God's servant forth in safety. Let him read of that scene on the sea when the tempest-tossed soldiers and seamen, worn with labor and watching and long fasting, Paul, the prisoner on his way to trial and execution, spoke those grand words of courage and hope. "Be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you. For there stood by me this night the angel of the Lord, whose I am, and whom I serve, saying, Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar, and lo, God hath given thee all them that sail with thee." These things were not written merely that we might read and wonder, but that the same faith which wrought in God's servants of old might work in us. In no less marked manner than he wrought then, will he work now wherever there are hearts of faith to be channels of his power. Let the self-distrustful, whose lack of self-reliance leads them to shrink from care and responsibility, be taught reliance upon God. Thus, many a one who would otherwise be but a cipher in the world, perhaps only a helpless burden, will be able to say with the Apostle Paul, "I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me." Philippians 4:13. For the child who is quick to resent injuries, faith has precious lessons. The disposition to resist evil or to avenge wrong is often prompted by a keen sense of justice as an active, energetic spirit. Let such a child be taught that God is the eternal guardian of right. He has a tender care for the beings whom he has so loved as to give his dearest beloved to save. He will deal with every wrongdoer. Further reflection. In a world where justice often seems elusive, how can I help those who are wronged to find hope in the dearest beloved of heaven?